Hey everybody, I'm Terrell Pressley and I am here with some of the staff of the Ready or Not Productions. And I wanted to talk to them about, stuff that's been going on in life. We haven't had a chance to get together lately because of the pandemic and everything. First of all, Shova, Nikki Williams is with us. She is
Hi.
the playwright and also the CEO and founder of the company. We have Stuart Brooks with us, and he's our production director. And we also have Miles Mealing, and he is
What's up,
our
peeps?
composer. He's our composer and the vocal director. So how y'all doing?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Good, good, good. So I'm glad to have y'all here. And so we're going to do this interview this way. I'm going to start out with some just random questions, some icebreakers. And so we'll just go from there, okay? Just to loosen up a little bit, okay?
Uh-oh.
So
Okay.
here's the first question. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Period.
We got wow. That's unanimous. Coffee, okay. So you have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick?
Blackstreet, no diggity, no doubt.
Hey.
Love music, Charles. So
Heard it all before. What's her name? Sunshine.
Sunshine Anderson.
Yeah.
That's the jam, Nikki.
A little fun fact about Shova, Nikki Williams. She will sing Sunshine Anderson, heard it all before, at karaoke. She turns into an extreme diva. I have video footage, but I'm not gonna.
We're gonna play that on the screen now.
Let's roll the footage. Okay, so the next one is: do you ever think that your parents gave you the wrong name?
Oh yes, definitely. I was named after somebody from Young and the Restless.
Okay.
So
I'm
yeah,
cool with mine.
Stuart Brooks.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good with mine. My parents after their old Nova, they dropped the N and added a S8, and now I have Shova. But I like it.
That's cool. Well, Stuart, what since you said yes, what name do you think you should have had?
That's a great question. Never thought about that. Cedric or somebody, I don't know.
Cedric.
Cedric Brooks. Okay.
Cedric Brooks.
That's funny.
All right, so this is our last icebreaker. If you had to teach a class on one thing, what would you teach?
I would say nails, doing nails. That's like my second passion. My first passion, of course, is writing, but I would really like to teach a class on nails. Mm-hmm.
I probably would say teach a class on baking a cake because I like to bake and it's been a while. I like cake, so hey.
You do like cake.
I do.
I would probably just teach a song. Since I love music, yeah.
People probably gonna say he gonna say song.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. That's interesting. So nails, cakes, and songs is what y'all would teach if y'all could teach a class. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, so now we're going to get into our dialogue questions. I want you guys to tell me a little bit more about the company and what your role is in the company.
Okay. Well, Ready or Not Production, it came from our very first play, Ready or Not. And I really wanted something to be a place or have events where people that normally doesn't go to church, we could reach them. So, our motto is healing the hurting and saving the unsaved. So that's the whole point behind it. I really wanted a company that I could be proud of and something that would glorify God at the same time. And so I think that I'm doing that. We're in the right direction, and God has given me and shown me different people that I could trust to be a part of that team to get it where I think that God wants it to go.
And I'm the director of the company. My job basically is to make Shova's writing come to life on the stage. She writes out the script and she hands it over to me, and I start to visualize what she writes, how to act it out, how to play it out on stage. Going to Shova and say, Shova, what if we did it this way? And every single time she says, I trust you. And so I'm proud of that, you know what I'm saying, and glad and humbled that she trusts me that much with her writing to make it an actual live. So being the director, that's what I do, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, and my role as music composer is basically to provide music to whatever Shova writes, and try to bring the musical side of it to life. Sometimes Shova takes my songs and writes a play to it and bring my songs to life. So we work together great. She's amazing. This whole team's amazing, and I'm honored to be a part.
Right, that's really good, especially to be able to have a team to work together and pull off a vision like that's really, really important. You cannot do anything without a team. Like, the dream doesn't work without a team. So that's really good. And you guys, right. And you guys, I've been a part of the company and the productions, and I've enjoyed being in the productions and working behind the scenes as well, and just watching everything come together. It's been really, really good. So kudos to all three of you for coming together as a team and making it work that way. We, the actors and the rest of the staff, appreciate all of what you guys do to make it a success.
Can I add one more thing?
Sure.
The other day, Bishop said, in order for your dream, but people that dream need a team. And I feel like I have that team, you know, and I'm grateful to Miles and Stuart and Terrell and Felicia, Antonio, Nicole, Leon, Matrice. I'm so grateful to have that team, because everybody that has a dream can't say they have that team. And I feel like I have that team.
Yes,
right.
Man.
And a part of frustration with a lot of people is they don't have a team to help them.
Right.
Frustration is going to come regardless, but when you have that team, you have people that can actually carry the burdens for you, and then the frustration can lift. There's a lot of people that's trying to do it on their own, and you know, they're going to be super frustrated if they don't get somebody to work with them to pull it off. So
that's right.
You're right, and you guys are doing it. So my next question to you guys is, everybody knows that we've been faced with COVID-19, and a lot of things have shut down. Right now, the country is starting to reopen, but I want to know how the pandemic affected your personal lives.
Me personally, it affected me financially as well as my husband, because we're both you would call self-employed. My husband, he's a barber. He owns his own barbershop. I'm a nail tech, but I work for somebody, but we was closed down for 2 months. So financially, it was a burden on us financially. But I feel like our Bishop Pressley, he prepared us before that we even knew it was going to be a pandemic, as far as mentally getting prepared, financially, getting prepared emotionally. So in that aspect, we were prepared for it. It didn't stop the struggle, but it just prepared us to be able to handle it. You know, but mentally, it got me more prepared and more ready for if anything like this happened again. You know, it just got me prepared for the next time, if it's a next time. Even if it's not a next time, I'll be prepared.
Right.
Personally.
Say personally for me, I'm a realtor. I do real estate. And when the news first came down, people in my workforce kind of prepared for the worst. And I know I can't speak for across the nation, but in my demographic, it actually has been extremely busy. Actually shocked. So I do go out to the other entrepreneurs and stuff that have been hurt by this, and financially, emotionally, or whatever state that is. But I am also grateful that I've actually seen a peak in business, and is actually I see where I can be a blessing to others in doing what I do, and now I'm just able to help a whole lot more people. But even on a side note, the corona is real. I love to say your house, but please let's be safe.
Facts. And I would say for me, honestly, God has sustained me during this pandemic. I work, for a church, so we've still been going and doing what we need to do, social distancing, of course, and being safe. And I also work for a school. I haven't seen my students. I'll see them out sometime, so I'm still able to communicate with them. Some of them still reach out to me. So, and to still be able to stay afloat financially is God has sustained me during this pandemic.
Yeah.
And that's really good. There's a lot of people out there that are hurting really, really bad.
Absolutely.
People, have lost homes and all kinds of things, even though they were saying, that they will hold back, mortgage payments and eviction notices and stuff like that or whatever. But a lot of people are still trying to recover and get back on their feet. I know I'm not on for the interview, but I'm going to say that business-wise for me,
Testify.
Most people, a lot of people don't know that I do graphic design. I mean, you guys know that I do that. But what I saw during the pandemic was a lot of people who were out of work, who decided during that time to focus on their own businesses. Yeah. And when that happened, they reached out to people like me to do logos and websites. And so my business actually also flourished during the pandemic, and I did more work during the pandemic than I have done in a while.
Watch yourself.
Because people have people really focused on owning their own business. Like you said, Nikki, earlier, just in case this happens again, these people already have something else to fall back on because they started businesses during the pandemic. A lot of people have hope. There was a lot of hopeless people, but a lot of people have hope. Yeah. And so it was really, really good.
Yeah, like some people did it to have something to fall back on, but it may be something that actually soars and take them out of where they are now.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So how has the pandemic affected the company?
Well, of course, we had our schedule all set, for the year we had. We was going to do 3 dinner theaters this year and 1 big production. But of course, the pandemic, it kind of brought a halt to that, But the good thing about it, I've done even more writing, gotten, for us to be that powerhouse when everything does pick back up, because we just don't know.
Right.
When everything's going to open. So, preferably we might be able to get one thing out this year, but if not, y'all be ready for 2020 because we coming with a vengeance. Okay. But we have big things planned for 2020, but with this, me being the CEO, I'm getting the company more prepared, as far as our own equipment, being able to have things paid off, like the events, way ahead of time. So that's the thing I'm working on now as the CEO. And as the writer, just having that material ready for when it is said and done, we can just jump right on in it. 3 different dinner theaters, the big production, So that's, that's the only way it affected us. But at the same time, mentally, we're Ready or Not Productions. We're good, I pray for the other companies, because other companies have taken a huge loss. Some of them had to shut down, some of them having to rebuild, So me being a CEO and a founder, I'm praying for the other CEOs and the founders that's going through worse than I am, you know.
Right.
The COVID-19 with the production, first of all, let me say that we pushed and said we were going to do 4 productions this year, and getting with Nikki and her, like, okay, we're going to do it. As soon as Nikki said we're going to do it, the train starts moving. We used to get things together, and all of a sudden we come to a screeching halt. We were prepping for our dinner theater that we're doing, and before we could even get rehearsals out, we had to stay at home order. So we had to be smart in what we do. We went to using technology. We started doing Zoom readings, and I think that was different for us, but it helped us shift. And as a director, it allowed me to cultivate the actors a little bit more with the lines and stuff like that. So it's just preparing us to be better.
Yeah.
And also one of the first things we did this year was an audition. And it was one of our hugest turnouts that we had. So we were ready to do those 4 productions, stretching out using different actors and actresses in the area. So we had really planned for a huge year. So, which I still think it will be with the number of productions that we are able to do for this year. But 2021, like Nikki said, they better be ready.
Yeah. Right. So basically it affected the company with you guys not being able to meet and do the things that you would normally do to prepare for a production. However, it allowed you the time to put forth more effort into doing bigger and better things. And that's really good. Like, there's always a positive to negative situations. So,
and I'm glad you, Terrell, speaking of bigger and better things, I have during this time I've worked on a project that's going to be released in about 2 weeks. It's a COVID-19 survivors video that I'm working with a videographer from Atlanta, and it's dedicated to everyone that's been affected by this pandemic, and everyone has been affected in one way or the other. So going through this and working with this and seeing the people send in pictures and of their survival during this pandemic has been amazing and encouraging to me within itself. I've been able to I wrote a song, It Will Get Better, that I'm going to release and work on soon with some of the artists from the area and probably do some type of live at some point. I'm not really ready just yet for that, but it's something in the making that I would also like to do while we're still in the midst of this pandemic. Oh, also I'm releasing a single called Winter that's almost completed. So yeah, we've been working even during the midst of this, outside of being able to connect with each other from the company standpoint.
Right. And
that song we released at the dinner theater in Christmas, right, Draper?
That's what I was going to say.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it was the song that from the Christmas dinner theater.
The Christmas dinner theater, correct.
Right. And that's a great song. I learned it that day.
You sure did. You had
it was great. So now we're going to get into what I like to call Whose Line Is It? So this is your trivia. Now, this is collective, so you can answer whenever. But you get a point for the character. You get a point for the actual production or play that it was. And you can get a point if you tell us at least the first name of the person who played that character. Okay? You get it? All right. So we're going to start off a little easy. We're going to start off a little easy. So first line is, to the little babies.
Oh, that was from
Gala.
That was Christmas.
Uh-huh.
That was Jalen, the actor. And his character's name was, come on, writer.
You said the writer, I mean the name?
Yeah, his character.
Don't tell me.
Winston.
I was going to say that.
You know, I started to give y'all a time limit on the
time limit.
No time limit.
We're just gonna keep going. Okay, so next, I think is easy. Next line is, did she just call me a heifer?
Was that
The
Nettie?
Survivor's Journal.
Well, I'm thinking about something we getting ready for.
No. The Survivor's Journal. Wasn't it one of Lamont's sisters?
Miranda?
Was it?
Did she just call me a helpful? I'm not.
Oh, wow.
Nikki, you wrote it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to tell y'all now. Okay, so the word heifer has been used in other plays and other productions.
Yeah.
This particular line is Bree from Family Matters when Edna, was that her name, Edna? Marcy called Bree a heifer in the opening scene when she came in with Randall.
Oh.
And she said, did she just call me a heifer?
Woo.
And it was Bree.
It was Bree from Family Matters.
Yeah. I remember.
I do too.
The first actor was Janine, and the second one was, what's her name?
Right. It was.
Felicia.
Felicia.
Yeah.
Felicia. Yeah.
Janine Bell and Felicia Wade.
Right.
Crafton.
Felicia Wade.
Crafton.
Wait,
Okay. This is also considered easy. These liquor bottles and past due bills are something.
Shelley Wade.
It was
Betty
White.
Yeah, Betty.
Betty. Yeah, that's Betty. Survivor's Journal.
Yep.
She always get those.
Because he want to talk about it. He want to talk to her.
I think I heard somebody say Shelley Wade too, right?
I did. I said
Okay.
Shelley.
Because she always those lines crisscross.
These bills and past due liquor bottles. Okay, so this is pretty easy too, I think. I've been trying to call Frank, but he won't answer any of my calls, and then he texted me to leave him alone.
That's Draper for
That's me. Yeah, that's me. Me and Trey.
Yeah.
Well, me when I was talking with Nadia.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
That's correct. Y'all got all three because you said that's Draper.
Right.
Miles.
Man.
Okay, next is Absolutely Son. God wouldn't have it any other way.
That's Jamie.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Talking to Trey. I won't say the actual character name.
Frank. You're talking to Frank.
In the production.
Frank.
Y'all say the production?
The Robert's Journal.
Okay, all right. All right, now we're going to get a little more difficult. If that is the police, I'm going to tell them to arrest you for perpetrating a woman because you look like a beast.
That was
Family Matters. And that was you, Terrell, talking to Marcy, which y'all names were Edna and Jimmy.
Yep. That's correct. It was Jimmy. That was me as Jimmy. Okay. Next is, give me a minute to process this.
That was you, Survivor's Journal. Cop.
Officer Scott.
No.
You got the play. You got the production right.
Okay, wrong character.
Mm-hmm.
Minute process.
Brian at the police station.
Yep.
Who was it?
Played by
Trey, played by Trey McLaughlin.
Oh, okay.
There you go. All right, here we go.
I missed it.
It was your scene, but go ahead, Terrell.
Read.
You just wasted space.
Ooh. Was that Miles in Family Matters? Oh no.
You're just wasted space.
I don't remember saying it in a play. No, it's
Was that Butch?
Mm-mm.
Was it Ready or Not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Family Matters?
Oh, that's Christmas. Yeah, that was Shauna line, wasn't it? And Ready or Not is Christmas.
That's correct. Her character's name was
Shauna's character in Ready or Not was Brenda.
Yep.
I had to think Goldman.
That is correct. All right, here's another difficult one. What list? There's no list. Do you have a list?
That's Ready or Not, and that was the devil. Played by Everett Hall.
That's correct.
You
That
better
was
go back
quick,
to
Nikki.
the production.
That was quick. That was
You must
quick.
like that line, Nikki.
I did.
I did.
Okay, next question is, who are we hiding from?
Oh,
Survivor's Journal, and it was
When it was
Lamont,
in
and he was played by Lamont.
Right.
He was talking to Miranda. What was her name?
Kelly.
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 Mhm.
Mm.
All right, here we go. Next one. We only got a couple of more and we'll be done. It was real late, and for some reason I couldn't sleep.
Oh, that was
No.
Oh, that was Everett's character. No.
Keep going, because I can't remember.
It was real late, and I couldn't sleep. Was that you, Terrell? Ready in Survivor?
No, that was Ready or Not.
No.
It was Ready or Not, yes.
And it was played by Ernest Roundtree. Right?
Close. You're close. It was Ready or Not.
Oh, Janice.
Monique.
Mom. Monique.
It was Monique, and her character in the play was Chrissy.
No,
It's
it was
Janice.
Janice. It was Janice.
She's doing a monologue.
Oh, okay. When she played
His mom.
yeah,
Mom.
Snapper's mom.
I don't remember her name. Do you?
I definitely don't. I don't remember.
Hold on.
Play that monologue though. Woo.
Yeah.
Debbie.
Debbie.
Wow.
And you were close because you said Ernest Roundtree, but it was
Right.
it was his mom's line.
That was
That
an
led
awesome
the monologue. That is correct. That was a monologue that had everyone backstage crying and
Yeah.
the audience crying. That was a really good monologue. He hurt you.
That was Ready or Not, and then the devil, one of the twins.
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
It was the devil though, the devil twin.
Yeah. Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
Yeah, Hellraiser.
Oh,
Wow.
Taryn was her name. Taylor
Wow.
and Taryn were the twins.
Ready That was an awesome play, Nikki.
It
Yes,
was.
it
Dust that off and revamp it.
was.
That was a huge cast.
That's why I was wondering. It was a good cast. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes, he did. And I will never forgive him for that.
that was Laura
Yeah.
in Survivor's Journal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The rape monologue. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What was her
yeah,
name?
yeah. Stacy.
Stacy.
it was actually when she was talking to you, and it's
Almost right at the end.
yeah, close to the end before Redeemed and everything came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which that was also a really good monologue.
Yeah.
And now this is the last one. Does anybody remember Ned's real name?
Ned Wino.
Ooh.
Hold on, because I named him.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
You
did.
did, Nikki.
That was hilarious.
But I don't remember.
I don't.
I forgot he had a real name.
Me too. I was actually about to say he had a different name.
He did.
See if anybody in the watching this will remember.
Huh?
Can we leave it blank? You don't think anybody would?
I don't think so, because the only reason why I remember is I got these questions from the actual scripts.
Okay.
And so when this literally jumped out at me, and I was like, Ned had a real name. I forgot about that. So like, yeah, I'm not sure.
It's not Ned.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna just tell you.
Please.
I set it up, and maybe you can remember, Nikki, if I set it up. So he introduced himself to Gail in Family Matters when Gail caught them having the party and drinking and smoking at her house.
Right.
He introduced himself to Gail. He walked over to her and he said, "Hey, young lady, my name is Paul Webster."
I would have never got it. Never.
He said his name was Paul Webster, and he was actually the first person to say, "It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintances."
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he said to her.
I wonder if Ned knew his own name.
Right. Wow, that was good.
Those are all the questions that I have for y'all. And like I said, I literally dug through the script, and it was so much good stuff in there, Nikki. Like so much good stuff. I had to literally try to narrow it down because it was a lot of good things to choose from.
You write great productions. You write great plays.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
Absolutely. Huh?
I just need to remember them.
But this has been my pleasure to interview you guys. I hope that you guys had fun with this.
I did.
I appreciate that. It's just awesome.
And I'm really glad that I got a chance to do that and catch up with you guys. Everybody that's watching, get ready for more stuff to come. Like, we got a long list of things that we're going to put out there. So, like Nikki said earlier and Stuart said earlier and Draper said, we've been working. We've still been working. We just haven't been able to do in-person meetings or in-person plays or dinner theaters at this point. But best believe we're still working, and we're getting ready to hit everybody with some new content, some new material. So just keep praying for the company. And if you've ever seen or witnessed a Ready or Not production, then you know that what's to come is going to be even better than what's been. If you've never seen a Ready or Not production, where have you been? No.
Come out, yeah.
Like, no, you definitely want to catch us on our next production, okay? So any last words you guys have?
No, Terrell, thank you for this opportunity. It's actually
thank you, Terrell.
Just reminiscing is like, wow. So, but
thanks. Just piggyback on your story. This is awesome. Everybody, please continue to stay safe. I don't care what everybody else in the world is doing. Do what you need to do to protect your life, your well-being, and your families and loved ones.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank y'all.
Thank you, boss.
That's all we have for today.
Later.
Thank y'all for watching.
Bye-bye.
All right.